Are you doing these 3 things in Hydra? Because if you're not, you should be. What's up, guys? I am Felris, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends, and today I am going to be sharing with you 3 hidden things that you may be overlooking in order to boost your Hydra damage even higher. We're going to be going over some of my teams, and I'm going to be showing you some of the behind-the-scenes sneaky little tricks that I use to get the Hydra scores that I do. Hold up! Click the link in the description below right now to get a free legendary champion, Bambus 4-leaf, as well as one amazing free epic as you level up. Here are the exact steps you need to follow. 1. Log out of Plarium Play on your PC. If you've never had Raid installed on your mobile phone before, the link will work there too. 2. Click the link in the description and start a brand new Raid Shadow Legends account with a brand new email. 3. Launch Raid and complete your tutorial. 4. You can find Bambus 4-leaf here as well as Ugo at level 15. This is an amazing account start in Raid Shadow Legends, so be sure to use my link in the description below right now. Guys, let's go ahead and take a look at my first team here. My first team on Brutal Hydra. We're going to progress to Nightmare Hydra next week, I believe. Guys, we are scoring almost 200 million damage with this squad. Now, there are loads of champions that are really, really good for Hydra in this squad. We got Esme, the Dancer. We got Mithrala. We got Calamitous. We got Queen of Hearts, Thor, and Elva. Of course, Calamitous kind of stealing the show with the most damage and the most healing, although that's only for himself. But hey, he is absolutely a monster, guys. Absolutely a monster, guys. All right. We got Esme here. All these are really, really good Hydra champions, but your team is not enough to get this kind of damage, guys. Your team is not enough. So what are some things that you could be doing to progress? Well, the first one is a really easy thing. I run this on almost all my champions, especially if they're running War Master, and that is get your masteries right. Specifically, grab Life Drinker. So Life Drinker here is a mastery that heals by 5% of the damage inflicted when attacking with 50% HP or less. We have a debuff in the game called Leech that does something similar, right? So anytime your damage dealers or your supports with War Master are inflicting damage while they are below 50% HP, they are going to be healing by 5% of that damage. Now, when you're hitting for 100k with your A1 minimum, like Calamitous does, you know, you're healing for 5k, which considering his HP levels, right? Considering his HP level is like 43k, that is a really, really good chunk of healing. That's an 1/8 of his health, right? And if we're considering decapitated heads, you know, they're taking triple damage, which means you get triple the healing with this mastery. Of course, the farther you progress into the game, the better builds you get on your damage dealers, the more work this mastery is going to do, because you're going to be dealing even more damage. Life Drinker is a really, really solid mastery for keeping your team alive. I run it on like all my champions, not just Calamitous. I don't have masteries on Shayek. I have it on Thor here, as you can see. There it is, Life Drinker. I've got it on basically anyone who has masteries. I've even got it on Esme. Esme's not a damage dealer, but she does have War Master here. And War Master has a chance of inflicting enemy max HP damage, which will also trigger Life Drinker. So this is a really solid way to add a little bit of extra survivability to your team, guys. Now, you also probably want to run another healer, you know, your Bot-El, Khazar. Personally, my favorite Hydra healer is my Elva Autumnborn here, who doesn't have masteries, but she's got the continuous heals on the A1 and the heals on her passive, as well as a revive here. This is my favorite Hydra healer that I've got on my account. And honestly, I would run her with Life Drinker as well, because I'd probably come down and pick up War Master here. And I actually should do that before I do my next Hydra key next week. But guys, we've got the Cheshire Cat coming in with Life Drinker. Everybody has Life Drinker on these squads. I think even my Podrake, yeah, my Podrake has Life Drinker because it actually does that much work in regards to keeping your team alive. One of the hardest struggles in Hydra is your survivability. This is a very easy way to boost that, and you're actually not giving up much. Why do I have Whirlwind of Death on Podrake? That is stupid. Okay, anyways, we've got Life Drinker on the Podrake. You're not really giving up much to do it. I mean, your other options are increases damage inflicted to targets with less than 40% HP by 8%, which you're not going to want on anyone. like a support, and then increases damage inflicted by 8% for first hit on each enemy. Yeah, you're not missing out on much if you take Life Drinker. So put this on all your champions if you're struggling for survivability in Hydra. Guys, I was actually just doing a Hydra run before this video with my Constantine here. Constantine doesn't have Life Drinker. It's the next one he needs, and it shows. It shows. He smacks so hard with this A1, and he could be healing for so much health because he's so squishy and takes so much damage. So definitely going to be wanting to put my Life Drinker on Constantine. That'll make my runs far more consistent and limit my need for a reviver. All right, guys, what is the next thing that you all should be running in your Hydra teams? And that is going to be your live arena. So do your live arena because it gets you your area bonuses. Now, I don't show my area bonuses very much, but these put in absolute work. As you can see here, I have Hydra Battles Ignore Defense, Hydra Battles Speed, and Hydra Battles Crit Damage fully upgraded. Now, you do have to get a little bit of points in gold in order to do these because you do need the gold medals and everything. But even if you're at like bronze 1, start investing in these area bonuses immediately. It makes a huge difference. Everybody is getting 20% extra ignore defense on my team. Everybody. It shows most on my damage dealers, but also my supports are getting it. Everybody is getting 20 extra speed, which means they're going to be taking that many more turns, right? And everybody is getting 30% crit damage, so just smacking even harder than before. These 3 area bonuses are the ones you want to max first, especially if you get into live arena early on. It does so much work. It is so important. Now, I get live arena can be frustrating. I know that there is a lot of that sentiment, but they're actually giving us even more points than they were before. Plus, you get primal quartz, which you need to get mythicals. So there's really no reason not to do your live arena, especially since it's going to help you progress all throughout the areas of the game and get these affinity bonuses done. I mean, look at how much I still have to invest in because I've just been focusing all in on these Hydra and the Demon Lord, but more so the Hydra area bonuses. Guys, it is so important to do your live arena for so many reasons. Definitely get that done if you want to progress your Hydra, guys. All right, the final thing that you need to be doing in order to progress your Hydra, and this is a very, very important one, guys. The final thing you need to be doing is lots and lots of turn meter fill. That's Clan Boss. All right, on my hard team, you'll see that this week I'm currently running this squad, right? This squad has Shayek, this squad has Grand Oak Padraig, and another Grand Oak Padraig. Let's take a look at all of their kits. Well, Shayek, coming in here on the A1, he's got drop defense. On the A2, he's got the mischief tanking skill with the taunt, the shield, and the reflect damage. On the A3, he's got a turn meter fill by 25% and block buffs on everyone. All right, so this is a 25% turn meter fill. Let's take a look at Padraig, right? This is actually one of the most important skills in Shayek's kit, and actually the reason I think he is so good. This and the passive are the reason I think he is so good. That turn meter fill is juicy, just 5% less than Arbiter's. All right, let's take a look at Padraig here. What's Padraig got? Well, he's got attacks one enemy with a 50% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random ally's active skill by 2 turns. He's got a ally attack with fully restoring all allies destroyed max HP with continuous heal on a 4-turn cooldown. And he's got fill the turn meters of all allies by 20%, full cleanse, and then increase speed. Guys, on this squad, we have a total of 65% turn meter fill every single time we get a turn. 65% turn meter fill. Our speed is doing less work than our turn meter fill. That means we can take more turns, which means we can do more damage, more debuffs, more buffs, more healing, everything. So run a good couple turn meter fillers on your squad. Now, Shayek was a past fusion. I guarantee a lot of you guys have him, and he's really, really good. This turn meter fill is solid. Honestly, he could be used in arena in some cases. He wouldn't be top tier or anything, but as a turn meter fill, yeah, Shayek is really good for this. I'm going to just showcase a couple mythicals here that I don't have, but actually I'd really like just for this reason. The first one being Androck, right? Androck's passive here, critical hits inflicted by allies, fills the turn meter of all allies by 5%, occurs once per skill. What the heck, guys? Every time your damage dealers are taking a turn, everybody's going to get a 5% turn meter increase. That stacks across long fights and adds up to a lot. Guys, the orcs here, the orcs, Ashnar, Ashnar's passive. Each HP burn debuff placed by this champion increases their max HP by 5%. HP burn debuffs placed on all allies heal them instead of damaging them. And then on the alternate form, attacks all enemies on the Pyro class storm. That's the A2 here. Instantly activates all HP burns. Whenever an HP burn is activated on an enemy by the skill, decreases their resistance by 10, stacks up to 100. Whenever an HP burn debuff is activated on an ally by the skill, increases their resistance by 10, stacks up to 100. Also fills the turn meters of all allies by 5% for each HP burn debuff activated on enemies. Very, very solid. That's going to be on a 4-turn cooldown. Ashnar here doing all the work. Guys, we've got Barbarians. Opardan Clanfather. He's super good. Each time a continuous heal buff heals an ally, fills that ally's turn meter by 10%. There are so many options to fill this role and just stack turn meters. Very good if you're running a lot of continuous heals, which we are. Esme the Dancer, guys, on her active effect here. Whenever the champion is hit, increases the turn meter of the ally with the highest attack by 50%. That's a really juicy turn meter fill. That is on a 1-turn cooldown. But still, guys, we go over here to the dwarves. We've got Senna Amberheart. On her passive, whenever a continuous heal buff activates on any ally, fills the turn meter of all allies by 5%. Guys, this strategy is so important. Having your turn meter fill will greatly increase the consistency and the amount of damage you are able to do on a Hydra run. Honestly, part of what I look for when I'm building a team is, am I always taking a turn? Because with that many turn meter fill effects, I'll always be taking a turn, and the boss's turns will be significantly less to mine. It increases my survivability. It increases what I'm able to do. Overall, it just puts out a far better score in Hydra. So guys, if you are struggling in Hydra, consider these 3 things, guys. First of all, the Life Drinker Mastery. The Life Drinker Mastery, healing by 5% of the damage inflicted when attacking with 50% HP or less, also works with War Master. Guys, consider your live arena area bonuses. Make sure that you upgrade fully your ignore defense, your speed, and your crit damage before doing anything else in your area bonuses, guys. Push your live arena, get that primal quartz, get those area bonuses done, and finally, make sure that you've got all the turn meter fill you possibly can in order to increase the consistency of your runs, increase the buffs you're putting out, increase your damage, all that good juicy stuff, guys. Let me know your thoughts and your Hydra hacks in the comments below. Oh my gosh, Hydra hacks. Hydra hacks, guys. This is going to be a new slogan that I've got. 3 Hydra hacks that you can use on your teams. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I have been Felris, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends. Thanks to channel member Justin Duke for supporting the channel. I will see you in another video.